Okay, again, we'll do some animation following the handout here. I'm just going to call it animation sample. Just animation sample. Whatever you want to call it. We're just testing. And then put it wherever you want. I'm just going to use a phone. And first thing I'm going to do is bring in the images that I'm going to cycle through. To bring in the images that I'm going to cycle through, there's a couple things before I even start. The first thing I'm going to do is open one of these up to see what size it is. And it tells me it's 700 by 90. So 700 pixels across by 90 pixels high. So I measured my image before I started so that when I make my image view, right, I can make it the right size. So again, the images are 700 pixels wide by 90 pixels high. So make sure you know that. Again, I'm going to put them into Xcode by just dragging them into, again, the Assets window right here, Assets. I'm going to drag them into the Assets window. Okay, so here they are. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're inside there. I'm going to go back to the main storyboard. Again, we're just going to make a sample that loops through it. I'm not even going to put the start and stop in yet. Let's just get it to animate first.
What is the size you chose?
Pixels is 700 pixels wide by 90 pixels high. At least my sample. I don't know. If you're using your own images, you need to find those out, right? How did I get the size? I just opened one of them up. You can open it in preview, right? So I just double clicked on it. It opened in preview, the Apple preview thing, right? And I went under tools, adjust size, and then in there you can change the pixels and it'll tell you what the pixels are, right? That's basically measuring it. Again, you can open it Photoshop and find the size or whatever, right? You want to know the size. Okay, so we know the size. We have our view controller. Again, we're going to put an image on the screen. So I'm going to use image view, and we're going to drag that out. I'm going to put it kind of in the middle there. And again, what size am I going to make it? I'm going to go underneath my properties here, and we're going to make it width of 700 and a height of 90. And it's a little bit too big for the screen, right? I guess we could shrink it down. That's what's more important is it's the ratio. Ah, I just flipped it. Oh, okay, hold on. Now, let me do it again. So I did 700, and what did I say? 90? Okay, that's a little too big for the screen, but we can shrink it down. If we just, it doesn't matter. It'll make it constrained to it. And the most important thing is to get the right ratio, right? So if I shrink this down, I'm going to hold the Shift key down, and when I shrink it down, it keeps it in proportion. There we go. So shrink it down and keep it in proportion. Then let's give it some. Let's just put some auto layout. I'm just going to add suggested constraints. There we go. So I just did the add suggested constraints right here, right? Add suggested constraints and put it there, right? So I just put it on the screen, shrunk it down so it's in the correct ratio. It doesn't matter. I know it says 360 by 46 right now, but that's okay. As long as it's in the right ratio. You don't really need to put an image in there because it'll put them in there when it starts doing the animating. So everybody got an image on the screen?
Sorry, you said reset to suggested constraints or add?
I added suggested constraints. Okay, so you ready to do the programming? You ready to get to the code? First thing I'm going to do is bring up the UI Swift, the view controller right here. To do that, again, the Olympic rings, whatever you want to call this right here. Boom. I'm going to shrink this side down. Here we go. So we have a little bit more space here. There we go. Let me shrink this down a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is give it an outlet, and we call the outlet image view. To make it an outlet, we're going to drag this over here above the view did load, right in here, number 12. I'm going to hold down the control key and click and drag. Release the mouse, and again, it is a UI image view, right? It's a UI image view. And we named it image view, basically. I-M-A-G-E, view, V-I-E-W, image view. See that? That is like the third line there in the handout. Okay, so I have an outlet. Did I got an outlet? We're doing the same animation that we did last. Remember the lines going?
Yeah.
Okay, she remembers the lines going. Again, this is very common to do the cycling of images. Even a lot of games are like that. Think about it. You know, I remember, I think I told you the first game I made was a game with geese flying across. And when you killed the goose, you wanted to show a different image, and you could cycle through like an explosion or something like that. And you just make an images cycle. Very common to do something like this. Same with a walking sequence, right? There's a lot of walking sequence where people draw the walking character and walking, and they cycle through it. It's the same idea. First thing I'm going to do is make a variable that stores all the images, and you'll note it right there. We call it variable image names. Do you see that? Again, underneath this super view did load, I added it there. It's called image names. And then again, it's an array. So we're going to start with the square bracket. And then the name of the file, again, I called it lines.png. And then it's, I'm going to copy and paste. I think it was lines 1, right? Lines? Did I use an S? Did I use an S? I can't remember. Line? Does anybody see? What did I use? Okay, it is an S. Okay, yes, there is an S. So again, I'm going to copy and paste this to save myself time. You can just...
Wait, can it be a JPEG?
It can be a JPEG, yes. I believe so. I just use PNG. Make sure you give it the name. That's all. And so a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Okay, so go and add your yeah, I know image names never been used yet. It's okay, we will use it. It's just telling you it hasn't been used yet, that's all. So there's a variable called image is, and that's again going to be the UI image. And then you need to put your round brackets in there. And again, it's telling you you haven't used images. Next, there's a for loop, but if you read it there, it says for I in 0. Basically, if you look there, it's gonna the count under image names count gives you a value, and that's gonna measure how many are in that array, which are 5 at this point, right? So each time it's gonna go through and add an image to the, and that's what the append is, right? You're gonna append images, and you're going to add the names of each of the images, and that's basically what that line does, if you see that there. So again, there's a for loop there. And again, I don't know if this will work with this version, and it's kind of and it's image names dot count and then we're going to add each image. So we go images append, and then a UI image, and then name, which is basically the name of the file, and of course the image names. And then it doesn't like the dots in there. There we go. Did I spell that wrong?
That has to be same as the outset.
Yeah, this is
Image view, it should be called
image
image view.
view, yes. Did I spell it wrong?
So wherever you're doing the append, right, it should be image view. Just cut paste.
Where, right here?
No, right in the front. In the front.
Right here.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
You got two dots?
No?
Yeah, that should be.
Was there originally image or images?
So the outlet.
Images is correct because images is an array. Images is correct.
Images?
It's correct.
Like that?
That is an array.
I think you originally had image, not without that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Images right here.
You're missing S.
It's images with an S.
Oh, it's image names, not images names.
I think the
Which one?
When you say at the bottom, image names.
that's view. Right?
It should be this.
Oh, you changed it. Oh.
Let me bring up the one from last year and see how I did it. I might have changed it.
Oh, maybe you need an exclamation mark. Oh, exclamation. No, exclamation.
Between the ending
Between the two
parentheses.
brackets.
And ending parentheses.
Yeah, this.
Where?
Right in between the two. Yeah, exclamation mark.
Yeah.
So that.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. It's hard to see. Okay, then the next one is to put the image view into animation images equals images. What is animation images in this example here? Maybe let's just put it in. Animation images right there equals images. Oh, why did I put names in there? And then I guess we could test it right now to see. Let me save this. Don't see anything. How about we add at least one frame in there so we can see if it's painting it on the screen. There's one. So image view, animation images is here. What's that?
I don't know, I did it, but mine's not going.
Yours is working?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you need to do the start animating. That's the reason why. I got one image. Ooh, that's pretty ugly. Hold on. Also, we need to make sure that this is AspectFit. AspectFit right there. Make sure it's AspectFit. Okay, so we got AspectFit for this. And then, yeah, the one you need to get it to work is the image view start animating. The duration, I think, is how many times it cycles through. Was yours looping? Yeah, it kept going? Image view animation duration. Oops, where am I at here? Jeez, hold on, let me make this bigger. Animation duration. What is, hold on. Again, yeah, the animation duration is for one cycle of image. Default number of images is 1/30th of a second, or 30 frames per second. So it's number of images times 1/30th. Do you see that? Number of images times 1/30th. Because it defaults to 30 frames a second, right? The traditional video frame rate. Then again, you have a function called start animating, stop animating, is animating. These are ones that you could use. Okay, let me go back. So again, image view dot start animating. Now it should cycle through. Let's try it. Okay, it's pretty ugly, but you get the idea of what the important thing is. That you can cycle through a series of images. You can add more images because they use the count, right? In the code here, if you look, it uses this number right here, right? So if I add a new one in there, it should work fine because you're just adding to the count, right? No, it measures how many of these are, right? You can speed it up and slow it down, I think, by changing the duration.
Review on this.
Let's see it go faster. Would I use a lower number or higher number in the duration to make it go faster?
Oh, you can speed it up.
To make it go faster, lower or higher?
It's lower faster.
Yeah, I think lower would be faster. We put it at 1 and it would be 30 frames a second, right? Or how about 0.5? I would imagine that should be faster. See how fast it's going now? I put 0.5. So you can change the speed by increasing or decreasing the rate. It's mesmerizing, isn't it? Oh, your person's running? There you go. Oh, that's the one you made last time.
No, I made this one this close.
Oh, okay. Did you make one last time?
I did, but I didn't like it.
Okay, so now let's put a start and stop button on this, and then we'll add the music and do a start and add a start and stop for the music to this as well. Okay, so let's add a start and stop button for our animation. So it starts the animation and stops the animation. Again, you're using the term start animating, and the term is also stop animating. There's two terms that you can use and put on the button. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back to my Xcode, and I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my project here, and let me hide my code for right now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these constraints, because I'm going to start again with the constraints. So I'm going to delete all these constraints, okay? Then I'm going to move my graphic down a little bit here. Let me make this window bigger. And that's going to be I'm going to make sure it's aspect fill. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my image in. So I'm going to bring my assets in again under assets. So right now we only have lines. And so I'm going to bring in, let me hide my Firefox here. And then let's hide our Camtasia here for a minute. And then let's bring in our images. Where is that image? Hold on, it's hard to get these windows to be just the right size. Here we go. Let's hide this. Let's hide this. There we go. I'm going to bring in my Edgar Allan Poe image. I don't know. That's kind of big. Hold on. Let me edit that. I'm going to edit this real quick. I'm going to edit this image. I'm going to get rid of the black here. So I'm going to make it transparent. And then let me crop it. Let me save that as a PNG. Hold on, let me get my image right. So I got my image the proper size right now. Did I save it as PNG? What I did? Yeah. Okay. So let me put my image on there. Let me get my music as well. I'm going to drag that into assets as well. So notice how you can drag the audio in as well. Actually, in my example previous, I had it over here. I don't know. Hopefully it works there. Actually, I actually had the audio in here. So usually we put assets in the assets window, but for the example, when I got it to work right, I actually went and imported the audio into the project. by importing it.
Just dragging it there in the asset didn't work?
I had a yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I got it to work in here. And copy item if needed, like that. Do you see how it is over here? I just put it in the folder here. For some reason, I'm not sure if it actually works in this asset window, but it does work here. Do you see how I dragged it from here to in here? Yeah, okay. And you'll notice, see how it recognizes it now like this, and you got a player? See that? So right in Xcode, see how it recognizes it as an MP3 now in that folder? Make sure you copy too. If you drag it from there, it's going to ask you, do you want to copy to the, did you see that window when it said ask you to copy? Make sure you say yes, because then that becomes part of the Xcode project. If you don't copy, then it's doing a reference to the original, which is on the desktop, right? And if you move from one computer to the other, the link won't work, right? It's like an asset you would have on your webpage. Okay, so again, I put the audio in this area, not in the assets window. Okay, let's put all the pieces on. Again, I'm going to go back to my storyboard. I'm going to grab my image. I'm going to grab an image view and put that out there. I'm going to kind of put it towards the top. And let's shrink it down. And then I'm going to assign my image there. Whoosh. No, this is the wrong one. That's right. I didn't want this one. Hold on. Let me delete that. I revised this, didn't I? Oh, here it is. Let me put this one in. This one's no good. I'm going to put the one I changed in Photoshop, right? I changed it in Photoshop. So let me put that one in. The one I changed in Photoshop. That's better. Okay. There we go. I found a better one. So we have Poe here at the top. Let's put some text on there. How about we put a label on there as well? We want it to look nice. Let's put a label. And let's drag that out. And this is going to be Edgar Allan, E-D-G-A-R, Edgar Allan Poe. And let's make it 2 lines. And we'll put, oh, I guess you can't hit return. What do I want? Annabelle Lee. Annabelle. What's the poem called? Annabelle. A-N-N-A-B-L-E. Annabelle Lee. And Bell, B-E-L. Annabelle Lee. I can't put that on the second line. No, I guess not. How do I get it to wrap? No. There we go. Let's center that. Okay, so I have my text. I got my dude. Next, I'm gonna have a play button and a stop button. So let's put a play button. So again, I'm gonna put a button on there, a button, and I'm gonna put a play button there. Play, and then let's duplicate that, and let's put a stop button. Maybe we could give it a background color. And a stop. What color should the stop be? Red? You want it like that? Play stop. Kind of line it up with the edge. There we go. And let's not worry about volume yet. We'll add that later. Actually, we should probably just add it now. So again, the volume could be a slider. And let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay, next I'm going to put in my auto layout constraints. I'll wait till you get to that point. Put some buttons on there, and then we'll do the audio layout. Let me pause for a moment. Again, I'm going to do the auto layout. First thing I'm going to do is grab this, and let's do from top down. I'm going to go to suggested constraints right here. This one, whatever, to add new constraints. And let's just give it all the way around. And we could give it a width and height if we want. Next, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And let's give that constraints as well. I'm just going to give it all the way around as well. And let's give it a height and width so it doesn't change. Next, I'm going to grab these two buttons and I'm going to stack them together by using a stack view. Stack view groups them together. As you can see, now it sees it as a group, right? Sees it as a group. Again, where was stack? That was here. Stack view. Select both buttons and give it stack view. Now it sees them as a group, right? Again, it's right here. So I selected both buttons, stack view. It sees them as a group. Okay, now let's give that some auto layout. Auto layout. I don't know. Let's just go all the way around. We'll do that. I don't know if we have to give it width and height. And then the same with this one for the slider. Let's give that. I'm just going to go all the way around for that. I'm making it messy. It's going to be messy. And then the same with this. This got kind of crazy. Make it smaller. Kind of center it. And let's, again, fill aspect ratio. Let's give that specific size and all the way around. And it seems to be going outside the viewable area. I don't know why. Maybe because my aspect ratio, and it's giving me errors here. Doesn't like the top. I don't know. Okay, I just did reset to suggested constraints. Whatever. Pretty much if you just give it some constraints, it's going to stay like this. Right? It should stay like this. Just give it some constraints, and hopefully it'll stay. What? Here's what the word. Grab the first one. It already has some constraints. No, yeah, and I went boom, 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 all the way around. Boom, 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 and then I added height and width as well. Oh. Fix that. Add that. Okay. I don't know. Let's on that. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Move it up. Just click and drag it up. See what happens. Now give it some constraints. All the way. Yeah, give it height and width. I don't know. Yeah, try to suggest the constraints. I don't know. Mine seem to work. The slider? Slider. So go to the buttons. It's the button. It's an object. Slider. That's it. Slider. That's a slider. Drag that out. Okay, so how about we just hit the animation to start and stop for right now, because we're running out of time already. Then we'll add the music layer. Maybe next class, I don't know, we'll see how far we get. Okay, so finish that real quick, and then again, we're gonna make outlets and actions with the buttons. We don't really need outlets, we need actions, right? So when we drag the play button to the programming, it's not an outlet, it's going to be an action, right? If we were changing the color, we would need it to be an outlet, right? So we might want to add that as well, right? When you click the play button, it changes color. Then you would need to make it an outlet as well as an action, right? Remember that? We could do that. It shouldn't be too hard. Because that would be nice if you click the play button and changed color or something like that, wouldn't it? That helps reinforce that you know what's playing. Let's bring up the programming. So we know the animation works, okay, by using this start animating. So the reason why it's animating all the time is because this is just inside the view did load, right? But let's put it into a button so that the animation only works on the button. So I'm going to click on the play button, and I'm going to add it to the outlet here. And instead of an outlet, it's going to be an action. And we need to give it a name. What do you want to call it? Play stuff. I'm going to call mine play stuff. And it can be a sender. Actually, we might need to put this. Oh, shit. Oh, hold on. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Hold on. I didn't want to do that there. I wanted to put it down in the view did load. That's what I wanted to do. Hold on. Is there a way I can remove this link? Oh shit, I did that last time. Okay. Actually, I want to put the I'm going to put the button down here inside the view did load. I think that's, no, it won't let me put it there, huh? Okay, I guess we will have to put it up here. What did I say it was going to be called? Play stuff. It's a UI button. Action. Action. Play stuff. Any. It's a button. UI button. Touch up inside. Sender. Play stuff. Action. Play stuff. Sender. Connect. Okay. And then let's do the stop button. Action. How about we call it stop stuff? Stop stuff. It's a UI button. Action, stop stuff, UI button, touch up inside sender. There we go. Okay, I got two buttons connected. One's called play stuff and the other one's called stop stuff. I don't know why I named it wrong. I should have named it like this. There we go. So that should be connected there, and this should be connected there. Okay, so how do we need to program the button? We want to use the start animating, right? You need to put that inside here. And then this is stop is the word, like that. Stop animating. Start and stop. I don't know, let's try it. Doesn't like my fonts. Whoosh, my buttons don't look very good. Oh, my stop didn't work. My start worked. My stop crashed. Okay, let me see it. Let me try again. I think we need to give this a size. Hold on, I'm close. Hold on. Where is the... How do we bring up the view here? I think I need to give the stack view a specific size, but whatever, let's just try it again. Okay, so if you hit the play button, it should start playing. As you can see, the animation is playing, right? And if I hit the stop button, it should stop, but my stop crashed for some reason. Maybe the stop is not correct. But see if you can get the start to work at least. I don't know, maybe I have something wrong with the stop. Maybe because I changed the name here. Did I mess this up? Yeah, this is not connected. Look at that. I have problems with this. I'm going to delete this whole thing. Okay, let me start again with the stop button. I'm gonna do stop button again. Action, stop, stuff, and it's going to be a UI button, connect. And then we want to put stop, stop animating, stop, stop animating. Okay, let's try it again. Stop doesn't work again. I don't know. What am I doing wrong with the stop? The start is fine. No. Did anybody get this stop to work?
I did, but I'm not sure what, I'm not sure what the.
Your stop works? Oh, I think I made it. Oh, why am I in this? Really? Really? Okay, things are crashing on me now. Uh-oh. That's not good. My Xcode crashed. Oh. Okay. Mine crashed. Did your start and stop work at least? Okay.